Hello. Hi, Bren. Hello, hello, hello. It's Monday night. I'm live again. Oh, I just pulled my whole. Oh, I'm echoing. That means my weird. My sound is working, which is good. Hey, Anthony, are you feeling better? I'm still. I'm wondering if I have allergies because this stuff is hanging on. The yuck. So yeah, I'm wondering if I'm having allergies, but I don't really know. Oh, you're so sick. I'm sorry. We'll pray for you. Let me do a prayer list. I got a new. I went and got a new journal at King Supers. Isn't it cute? It has owl on it. Oh, it's your asthma. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm feeling like a little bit of stuff. Hmm. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's allergies. It's really weird. It was this time of year when I first came to Denver that I got COVID. Hey, Alec, how are you? Good to see you. Um, you guys, I tried to go. I tried to go canvassing Saturday afternoon, and I'm glad I went. I just like really made myself go because I kind of didn't want to go, but I went. I'm like, it's important. I said I was gonna go. Hi, Michelle. Are you a Michelle I know? Welcome to Reds. Hi, CW. Hello. Thank you all for being here. You aren't a Michelle I went on the cruise with in Miss from Norgus. Oh, okay. I know you from Norgus. Okay, hi. Yeah, I met a lot of people over there. How is she? How is she doing? You want me to get monetized? That's funny. Funny for you to say that. Thanks. Thanks. Um, but yeah. That's funny you should say that, Alec. I've been thinking about that. But so yeah. Um it's going up and down, you guys. Now I am at, let's see, 2003-19 watch hours. Haven't seen her live in a while. No, I haven't. Yeah, I don't have my watch hours yet. Yeah. I've had over 3,000. I've had almost 4,000 watch hours before, but it was when I had, you have to get them within a year. So I had them when I had like 500 subs, and they they only had one level then. Now they have two levels, and I have more than enough, twice as many subs as I need, but I don't have 3,000 watch hours within a year's time. That's why I've been to that. I've been to almost 4,000 watch hours, but I was at like four something. Um, you know, I was at four something subs for like 4,999 or something. I was at like 490. I remember Christmas 2021, and I almost and I was thinking of quitting YouTube because of the bullies. That was in 2021. It was November 2021 when the bully made I had been bullied a little bit on YouTube before that, but I hadn't had anybody make a whole live video about me to bash me. But that was when I was thinking of quitting, and that was when you didn't have a community tab even when you were until you were at 500. Now they changed it. Thanks for popping in, Alec. Thank you. Hey, Valentina. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. I've been so busy. And I've been kind of obsessed. I've been commenting politics over at Danny Gokey's, Christian musician that I love, but don't agree with him, what he's saying for people to vote for. And commenting on April Ajoy's Instagram, commenting with an atheist who wanted to who wants to talk about religion, and talking with people who want to talk politics. And what is my subject matter tonight? I'll just talk about why it's so why I'm so passionate about the subject of it's because of the narcissism. It's because I have a background with cults. It's because I was in the Christian nationalism. I was a Republican for 20 years. So that's why I feel so passionate about it. And I'm glad I finally spoke up, because I just couldn't. I feel like there's a verse in Psalms, I'll have to find that, about like my heart was burning within me and I couldn't keep quiet anymore. I just couldn't keep quiet anymore. So yeah, if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. But and because of the background of it, the division it caused in my family, it was me and my youngest brother were Republican, and then our parents were Democrat. But early on, like I think in the 70s. Yeah, I will. I will. Thanks, Bren. I do what I feel led to do, I feel what I feel led to do, and I feel I've been through a lot of stuff, and so I talk about stuff I've been through. Thanks, Bren. But I talk about what I've been through, and I've been through being in the Republican Party, I was, and I didn't realize it was like a cult. I went from one like cult organization to the other. I mean, the Baptist church in Georgia was cult-like. The two Baptist churches I was in were cult-like. And I was in Way Down Workshop, Gwen Shamlin. If you look that up, I did that in like the 90s. And then Gwen Shamlin turned this Christian weight loss program into a cult. And I was like, what the heck? Why do I keep on? And when I was a senior in high school, I got involved in the Worldwide Church of God, which was like a cult, And when you're in a a narcissistic family system, it's like a cult. So, yeah, I just had one experience after the other. And that's why I feel like it's just so important, this issue. Oh, hi, Granny. I'm making my prayer list. I'm gonna light the candle. Let me light the candle and then do the prayer list. But anyways, oh, I got let me show you my candle. It's pretty. I got this at King Supers too. It's pumpkin. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thanks, CW. We got Bren, we got Anthony. I'm writing down my list here. Alec and so, yeah. So, and as I said, what did I do with my phone? I don't know what I did with my phone. Huh. Let me see. Am I sitting on it? Brought my book over here. Yeah, it's got the eye on it. I really like the Need to Breathe song, Keep Your Eyes Open. Let me get my phone. I'll be right back. I think I brought it in the bathroom. I got a notification. Did y'all get your notification? Thank you, Granny. Thanks, CW. And I never practice. I want to practice, but what in the world? Okay. So yeah, and I'm reading this book on the cult of Trump. Can you see that? I'm not sure you can see that. Yeah. And the thing about my YouTube that Alex was saying something is I've been thinking lately, I'm like, Okay, now I quit my job lifeguarding because I wasn't having time to YouTube anymore or having time to write. And I quit my job and I'm doing YouTube, but I'm not spending enough time writing. So I need to do that. And I want to do that. I'm so glad I met my friend at Coda, and she's a writer. And when she writes from, what did she say? 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. I'm like, whoa. If I could just get in like 2 hours a day, I'd be doing good. But um, I don't think I'm going to stress over getting monetized. I mean, not that I think I'm going to keep doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday lives though, like I've been doing. And, Friday, I usually just eat dinner. And so it's not like too stressful. But, I get myself all riled up, you guys, because I just feel like it's important. Um, it's important that you vote, and it's really important, and be informed. And I, in the past, wasn't even really informed. I was just voting straight Republican. I was just listening to the people at church and what they were saying. And they were all, and I was in Georgia and I was conservative. And, we just have to vote against, and one of my friends from Georgia was it was funny. I ran into her at the grocery store. My friend Joanne, she's been in here. She's been in here on the Facebook side. I gave her a copy of the book before I stopped giving out copies. You shouldn't be able to get a copy of this. I didn't get any royalties for it, so I don't want you to buy it. How awkward is that? Don't buy my book. This poem is in this book. So it's in this one. So, and this is the one, my first book, and I did it on Amazon. And the storm poem is in here. I'll say that one for you right now. And it's from something I went through that I can't go into totally, but it's about prayer. And let me put people on the prayer list as they come in. Glenn. We got Lori. But yeah, I'm still stuffy. Like I don't feel sick. I went and walked today. You do it as a public service for myself. Yeah. Well, this is why I decided to speak up. And really, I went out on Saturday, but I didn't go out till 3. Thanks, Lori. I didn't go out till 3 on Saturday. And then when I got there, I met some other ladies. There weren't any men there. And this lady came who older lady than me, and she walked with a cane, and she, I said I wanted somebody to go with me, and so she was going to go with me, and so she followed me. She has like a flip phone. She's like, I'm going to follow you, because I was like, it was better when I went canvassing the weekend before, because it was someone my own age, and we both put the location in our phones, and so like if we got separated. But this lady, it always makes me nervous when someone's following you, that you lose them and all that. But thankfully, it wasn't that far. And we got there, and it was a gated community. So we couldn't get it. And it said no soliciting, no trespassing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, And I kind of like thought we weren't going to get too much done because I was going to have to go slower, and I didn't really mind. I didn't want to be rude. And, and I was like, I said I wanted to go with somebody. And so, but she walked with a cane, and we decided to go separately so that she could leave early, when she got tired. But so um so I didn't really go canvassing Saturday, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go again next Saturday, and I'm gonna go do the local candidates, because it's pretty sure that Colorado's blue. Colorado will be blue. So, and I'm optimistic. I'm trying to say optimistic, but praying hard for Kamala to win because it's important. Um, uh, you know, like I said, it's a cult, and it's Christian nationalism, and it is insane that Christians could be for such an evil man. And like, just watch a video on the insurrection of the Capitol on January 6th and what they did to the police. And these people that follow him are dangerous. It's a dangerous cult, and he's a malignant narcissist. And um, I have experience with narcissists too, and it's called The Cult of Trump. I don't know if you can see that, by Stephen Hassan. I'll put a link to it. Oh, that's nice. Where are you going in Colorado? I am optimistic that Kamala is going to win, but I'm still praying hard. She turned 60 yesterday. She went to 2 different churches in Georgia, and it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. And Donald went to McDonald's. That's where he usually goes, probably on Sunday. And it was all fake, like it always is with him. It was all fake. The McDonald's was closed, and and he's been belly aching because they're grasping at straws. They basically are grasping at straws, trying to find something to say about Harris. And he's saying she lied. She didn't work at McDonald's. And it's like, why would someone lie about that? And again, she didn't put it on a job application to get a job as a lawyer. Why would she put that on there? It's not relevant that she worked, at a McDonald's. It's like stupid. It's just so stupid. It's like they're grasping at straws. That's sad. That is sad, Lori. I'm so sad that you're not going to vote. Yeah, you said something like that, and I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, and God is over everything. God is over everything. But there is also an evil entity. It's Satan. And if I studied the Bible for like 30 years, okay? Even though I was angry, it was because my narcissistic ex turned my kids against me. I basically fled Georgia, really, because my ex and my children that were in Georgia were all treating me like crap. It was awful. And my youngest, who like nothing, I had words and I've had things, and I've apologized to my oldest two for things I've said and done, and I allowed their dad to be abusive towards them, and I feel awful. There's a lot of things I regret. A lot of things I regret. I regret that I wasn't able to leave my narcissistic ex sooner when my kids were little, but he started with a financial abuse early, and you couldn't really recognize it because I was in charge of the money, but he was he had it all the money wrapped up in building this house that we couldn't afford, and then but he still wouldn't let me work. I would say I need to get a job, and he would say you have a job, and he would discourage me at every moment at getting a job because he didn't want me to be independent. And yeah, you need to vote. I wish you would please vote, Lori. Please, please vote for Harris Walls, because this is an important election. This is very, very, very important, Lori. You can't sit this one out. You shouldn't sit this one out. What do you not like about her? What do you not like? What is it? Someone was in here trying to say, oh, they both broke the law. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know? You're not politically motivated. See, I didn't vote in 2016. I had been a Republican for 20 years. I couldn't bring myself to vote for Hillary. Clinton was the one that my mom and I would fight about. Clinton, her husband, Clinton. And that he was I was against, that was the main thing. He's so ungodly. And basically, I was Republican just because they were anti-abortion. And now I realize it's more of a bigger thing. And I believe, like my mom, I'm like, I'm not personally for it, but the government doesn't need to take this away from women. And then when women can't get a DNC, that girl in Georgia had to go to North Carolina to get an abortion, and then she came back to Georgia and she was bleeding. They wouldn't do a DNC on her. They made that. So women that miscarry can't get a DNC because that is basically an abortion. So women have died. And this woman that I was, talking to these ladies on Danny Goki's Facebook that were arguing with me. Danny Goki said nothing, bless his heart. And he doesn't have time for that, and I don't have a lot of time for that. And so it's hard. It's hard to stay balanced. She's been being put. What is the evidence of that? What is the evidence of that she's been being prepped? I don't think there's any evidence of that. Oh, if you watch Luke Beasley, let me drop a link. Let me drop some links. If you watch Luke Beasley, he had a footage of Clinton going into McDonald's where it was much more normal. They were open and everything. But that is not true either. That is not true. It's not true. Where did you hear that? And Trump is saying you're going to take your child to school. He obviously has never taken a child to school. And you're going to pick them up and they're going to have had a transgender operation. That is so ridiculous. Everything he says out of his mouth do not believe a thing he says. He's a liar. When his lips are moving, he is lying, 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 and brainwashing his followers. I mean, how else would you get those people to be so violent? Oh, they had guns. We didn't have guns. The police didn't use the guns. It was a massive crowd. They were outnumbered. They were calling for reinforcements. They were abusive to the police officers. It was awful. And then 4 police officers who were involved on January 6th committed suicide afterwards. Can you imagine how demoralizing that is for the citizens to lead an assault, and they're trying to protect the people in the Capitol? They had to take them out. They had to take Pence out. They were going to hang Pence. They were going to hang Mike Pence and wanted to kill Nancy Pelosi, and they had to take them all out, and they were breaking the windows. They cost $27 billion, or I don't know, a lot of damages to our state capitol. It was an insurrection. How anybody, you guys, I am flabbergasted that he could even, I didn't think he was going to run. I'm like you, Granny. I really don't like to get involved in politics. And even when I was raising my 5 kids and I was involved with the Republicans and I went to rallies and stuff, I'm going to repost the picture where I'm behind Bob Dole on the cover. We were on the cover, me and Claire Bear, on the cover of the Warner Robins. I think it was The Sun. Time is the best gift ever. Yeah, I don't worry about money. Yeah, the 2 Trumpsters that were in here were only concerned about their pocketbooks and the price for them. They didn't care about anybody else. They didn't care about women's rights or anything. Yeah. I'm for peace too. I'm for peace too. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't. It's your responsibility. I don't feel like I'm sorry I didn't vote. I should have voted for Hillary. Even though, I didn't, and I wasn't informed, and I was listening to right-wing stuff. So I believed the stuff about, and he was chanting, lock her up. I feel like that's what we should be chanting about Trump. Lock him up, lock him up, lock him up, lock him up. 34 felony conviction. I mean, you don't even have to think about this, Lori. Yeshua and Yahweh. A lot of Trump supporters think that they are that's what they say. They think they're in control of them. But I feel like it's not being. I don't feel like it's being a good citizen not to vote. She's helping a lot of Americans. She is. She has a plan for the economy. He doesn't have, he has a plan. She has a plan for healthcare. And, he has concepts of a plan. I mean, yeah, I want peace. And you have to think about, you really have to do your research. And don't listen to biased news. Well, listen to both. I turn on Fox, my friend that I just met at Coda, she was saying to me, she was like, I watch Fox News sometimes because I want to know what they are up to. You still have to think about who is better and and who would do a better job, and you have a responsibility to vote. That's what I feel like. Have you been listening about all of the Republicans that are against him and Republicans that even worked with him? Like he was going to let them go and do harm to Pence. So of course Mike Pence is against him, but now Liz Cheney's father, who I had a Bush Cheney shirt from 2000. Yeah, but you don't feel the need to vote against that? That's mostly Trump. That is the cult of Trump. Like I said, I'm reading this, and Stephen Hassan was in the Moonies. He was in the Moonies cult, so he knows, he's an expert on cults. And he's a mental health professional. Yeah, that's what Trump is using. Mass media, his tweeting and some things are worth fighting for, though, Lori. You've become, I don't think it's right. You're being passive. Some things are worth fighting for. It's not gonna, yeah, what about the quote? The only way for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. I don't like to fight either, and I don't like to argue. That's why like it took me so long to say anything. I have like trauma from fighting about politics within my family. You know, I have politics, you know, and having to be exposed to my brother's nonsense in the mega cult and being there and having to look at stuff flash on his mega crap flashing on his computer and his Trump calendar, and you know, he's obsessed, you know, and they're not, and they act like, and I met one at my church at Cherry Creek. Yeah, the Catholics are a big thing. I mean, he was at a Catholic and he was vulgar and he called Kamala a shit vice president. And like he says all these things and he doesn't have any evidence to back it up. He doesn't back it up with anything. Like, do you believe, like Bren, do you believe that they're eating the dogs and the cats in Springfield, Ohio? Do you believe that? Do you believe like the whole gang has taken over Aurora? There were people, they were on the news here in Denver. I'm in Denver, I'm in Aurora, and he's saying they're taking over this Venezuelan gang has taken. There's no, it's all exaggerated. You know, they had a whole thing, it was on our news. It's not true. It's lies. It's just to make you fear. But I don't agree with not voting. Yeah. But and then like it's just it's insane that people are so deceived, and the Bible says that in the last days that even the elect will be deceived. So Christians will be deceived. And that's what I see on a mass scale with them. Like, I just can't believe it. And I had I don't, the Bible was written in numbers. 75 books were left out. Well, I don't know about that. I'm a student too. I don't know that 75 books were left out. I don't think the Bible is inerrant. Those books weren't all written at the same time. Job is the oldest book in the Bible. It's not all in Greek. It's in Greek and Hebrew. My dad got into a seminary at Princeton University, but his dad wanted him to be an engineer, so he talked him out of it. But he got into Princeton University. My grandmother probably didn't like the fact that he, was going to be move all the way across the country. But he had on our shelf, in our bookshelf growing up, we had a book of Greek, maybe Hebrew too, but I specifically remember the book of Greek, the Greek one. But I agree with you about the Catholic Church. They're the ones that did the hell thing 400 years after the first Christians. It was like Augustine and then Dante's Inferno and all of that. But the first Christians did not believe in eternal conscious torment. Like the book I have, Raising Hell by Julie Forwarda, talks about, goes into the Greek. And there's wonderful tools online now to study the Bible. It's like wonderful. I mean, even Joyce Meyer talks about this, that like before, and I had a big concordance. I had 1,500 to 2,000 books, probably in the big house, because we were in a 3,500 square foot house, and I had like 2,000 books. And then I moved into our smaller house, and I had I counted them, and I had 1,600 books. No, I'm subscribed to too many channels I don't have time to watch now. But anyways, the book I'm talking about is Raising Hell by Julie Forwarda. But so I don't subscribe to, I'm an ex-evangelical. And I'm a Christian Universalist now. This last Sunday, I visited another church. But this is very good, and you can read it online too. And I have copies if anybody wants me to send them a copy. You can email me your snail mail address at this redheadedridinghood@gmail.com. But anyways, I feel like we should all vote. I feel like you should be thankful that it makes a difference. You need to vote. Because it's very dangerous right now. And the things Trump is doing. And if you look up Project 25, and it's just scary that he could get in there. And that's why I decided to speak up. And I'm like, I have a lot of followers across all the social media platforms. So, because YouTube was like the least amount of followers I have on social media. It was until I got to 1071. And now I think I have a little more, because I have 1,000 followers on Instagram. I have the most followers on Twitter, and that was because I followed a bunch of people who were following Page Publishing. That's why Page Publishing got mad at me, because I was speaking out against them, and I was tweeting to people who were following them who had hired them and saying they're not trustworthy and they're scamming, and that they scammed me out of my royalties for this book. And so that's how I got so many followers. I have almost 3,000 followers on Twitter. I have 1,000 on Facebook and 1,000 on Instagram. So that's why I started to well, hey Brenda. Brenda, good to see you. Well, thank you. Love you too. I don't want to. I mean, I hope I didn't get it got heated. It got heated with Roy, and I hope Roy's not mad at me. I don't want to. You're not late. You're just on time. I need to say, and I haven't said a poem yet. I'm gonna say my storm poem. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, it's nobody's business. I didn't assume you weren't going to vote. I honestly just don't. I think anybody who's saying, I just don't understand how anybody's saying they don't like either one, how you can put her even on the same level as him. To me, it's a no-brainer, but that even if she was, you know, because someone with 34 felony, you know, convictions, he's a sexual assault, and that's another thing too. I'm a sexual assault victim. I'm a victim of sexual harassment. That's the first thing why I couldn't ever vote for him. And then he just kept getting worse. And then when he did the insurrection, I don't understand how anyone could be undecided between the two. There's just it doesn't make sense to me. I think it's a lot of misinformation. I did not assume you weren't voting. I just didn't understand. You were at the casino gambling. You can do that right at home, right, Brenda? Well, what someone said to me, because I just said I didn't vote in 2016, they said, well, you can't complain. Someone at Carol's. Yeah. Thank you, Brenna. I feel like it's our responsibility to vote. And I just really don't understand someone saying like they're undecided between the two candidates, because it's just like what? I feel like they haven't really looked into it enough, It's just, I mean, I don't know. Are they stuck on one issue? And I feel like I was stuck on one issue. I was stuck on the abortion issue. But yeah, and those two men that were in here, white men. Yeah, I'm even more baffled, because I had a black young woman in here who doesn't like either side either. But, it doesn't matter. I mean, granny, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not voting. Like don't complain. Don't care. Why are you looking into either one of them? I don't watch the news at all. If I wasn't voting, I wouldn't watch it at all. You know. You don't need to talk. You don't need to talk about it either. Yeah, she doesn't need to dig up stuff and say that Donald Trump is lying about so and so. He's lying. Every single word out of his mouth is a lie. He's a felon. He's a sexual assaulter. I don't see how anybody could even consider voting for him. There's no comparison. You have to vote for him. Like, I just question how anybody could think they're equal in badness, And I was a Republican for 20 years. So you were playing, okay. My speaking of my Trumpsters, it hurts you so much. What's very mean? Do I want you to? I don't care what you do about that. I want you to vote. I want you to vote for the person who is a prosecutor, who has experience, who is a mighty woman and inspiration to me. I want you to vote. I'm saying it's irresponsible for you not to vote. It's irresponsible. It's not appreciating the freedoms we have in this country. And don't vote. You're not voting. If he wins, it's on you. You voted for him. But he's not going to win. Thank God. Hallelujah. All these women around her praying for her, women and men in the church in Georgia yesterday on her 60th birthday, they were praying for her. It's not anybody's. She told me she wasn't voting. So that's what, it is not anyone's business, but we were discussing it, Bren. What of his ideas do you like? He was in there for 4 years. Give Harris a chance. It might not be too late for you to register to vote and vote for Harris. What? He's already had a chance. Give Harris a chance. I don't care at all about, if you unsubscribe from me. I don't care. It's not anybody's business what she does. I mean, like, I don't understand your reasoning. We're discussing it, It's not anybody's business, but she came in here and told me that she's not voting. So I didn't want to argue with her. She already left a comment on my page that she basically wasn't voting, that I don't get involved in politics. And I just didn't respond to it. You're saying it's not anyone's business. I'm not like calling everybody out and saying, she told me. She told me, Bren. Just like you told me, and I just said, I don't understand how anyone can put them on the same level, And I'm saying that I regret not, especially since Trump won in 2016. I regret not voting. I should have voted. I was just exasperated. Gaslight you. I'm not gaslighting you. You can go. You don't even know me, Pee Wee. I don't know what you're talking about, Bren. Pee Wee? Who's Pee Wee? Oh, Pee Wee. I would vote for Pee Wee. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Bren. Thank you, Bren. Hey, BDF. Hi. There's nothing good with Trump. What are you talking about? Everything is good with Trump. I mean, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where have you been? He's a sexual assaulter. Trump has your vote. Yeah, just go out of here. Just go. She's probably high. She always is high. Just go. Just go, Granny. Don't vote. No. Oh, Trump said to vote January 5th. That's how in mental decline he is. All of you voting for Trump, remember, he said to vote January 5th. So welcome in, BDF. I'm sorry you came in on a problem here. Everyone makes mistakes. 34 felony convictions. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Oh my goodness. They are not on the same level. Yeah, I am correct. Yes. Yes. But he was accused of sexual assault also, so. But I think I probably would if I looked at their, how many. He cheated on all of his wives, and he probably killed Ivana. So. She can vote. If she's going to vote for Trump, she needs to vote January 5th. That's what he said. But I don't think she's going to vote. But she was just trying to get, call me a gaslighter. Yeah. And she loves me very deeply. Okay. I've been, no, you guys, I came out of, like I said, I came out of 30 years with a narcissist. So it has affected me, and I'm still healing. But this is why I feel so strongly about this stuff with narcissists, with cults. I have experience with being involved in cults and cult-like organizations. So that's why I feel so strongly, because it's a cult of Christian nationalism. Oh, I did a boo-boo. I was not very, speaking of not like being informed, I really don't like, um, let me see something. I really don't like the news, but I'm having to listen to the news more to be more informed. Um, so yeah, but it's why I feel so strongly about this. And I think a lot of people, because my they will not, they that would be against the law. That's another thing that's like fake news. Trump is always whining about fake news, and they have fake news. Like they took a recent a thing that happened where there were hecklers, and Harris said, "Oh, I think you're at the wrong rally. You wanted to go to the smaller one that's down the street." Right? They took that and said, "Oh, they were saying Jesus is Lord," and she told them they were at the wrong rally. And it's false news. It's fake. That would be against the law. The border bill she wanted to pass, that Trump had his people in the Senate shoot down, would have brought more border workers to the. She wants to take care of the borders. She does. They won't leave the borders wide open. No, they won't. That's like saying the police will just quit, you know. That's a lie. That's a lie, BDF. And yeah, everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Like I said, I made a mistake not voting for Hillary in 2016. She said it with class, right? Exactly. And they were not saying Jesus is Lord. She's not dumb like Donald Trump. He put down Detroit in Detroit. He's just like his he used to be a lot more sharper. I'll give him that. But his mental decline, and he won't put out his medical records. And that's why he's 78 years old. So if you're voting for Trump, you are voting. You don't even know me. Like, this really means nothing to me. I'm sorry you lost your grandson. But I mean, I'm sorry. That doesn't really have to do with anything we're talking about. Trump is not for law enforcement. My brother's LAPD, but he should really look into what those Trump followers, and they were Trump followers, they were MAGA people, that he led them to go to the Capitol. They were brutal to police. 4 police officers were killed. And but there's bad cops too. I mean, Trump is not dumb, he's an idiot. Yeah, it's like, and talking about the size of Arnold Palmer's, oh my gosh, must have been so embarrassing for Arnold Palmer's daughter. Your voice, um, you just, you realize you just said that you would vote for him. Who's gaslighting who here? So you not making a lot of sense. Okay, let's see here. Um, so yeah. Yeah, she said it with class. But yeah, I don't believe that they're not going to do that. Look at the real, like, research everything, double check everything, fact check everything. Yes, wake up, folks. Yes. Please wake up and vote. It is really sad not to vote. It's not appreciating the freedoms we have and that we get to do that. You know, if he really thought it was so easily stolen from him, he lies about the election in 2020 being stolen. Why is he running again? If he doesn't believe that the system would work, why? So, but it's things like this, I, for years, for a couple of years supported Roy and Becky's channel, and I didn't like arguing with my mom politics, and especially now that I wish I had never ever, but I'm thankful that we buried the hatchet. We didn't talk about it anymore. When, before she passed, and so use the cat word. Are you calling her a cat? You don't have to stay subscribed. It's okay. You said a while ago that you were gonna go. So, and you stayed. So, and the devotion is not script. It's topics. It's not about scripture. So, I didn't even know you listened to those. A lot of people don't, and that's fine. And like I said, I need to spend more time on my writing and getting my next, books out. I have lots of books in my mind to write, more than one. So, and like you said before, this is my channel, so I can share what I want to share. And you are welcome to unsubscribe. It's fine. I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money doing this. So, he wants to stay out of jail. Exactly, Glenn. That's why he wants to win. Yes. And that's why so many Christians are deceived, though. And what blows my mind is the Bible says this. It says it. If you look in Matthew 24, it says that even the elect will be deceived. That means Christians. Now, I'm a universalist. I believe that no matter what you believe, at all are going to heaven. There's going to be a judgment. And that's what Jesus was talking about when he was talking about Gehenna. And this is a great book. I sent a copy to Brenda. I don't know if you got a chance to get into it, but it's very in depth and it goes into the Greek and the Hebrew. And, it was the Catholic Church that brought that, that came about. I don't know what the cat word is either. I think she meant that I said Kamala. Is that the cat word now? Because she's for childless cat. I'm the opposite of a childless cat lady, but I love cats. So I said the word for the female. I did not. What the heck? What are you talking about, Bren? What are you talking about? That is insane. That is a lie too. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Go back and listen to. Oh my goodness. Talk about gaslighting. Oh my, that is insane. I don't need to go back and listen to myself because I know what I said. Okay? I can't believe, and I can only say that I feel like this is spiritual warfare, y'all. I'm accused of gaslighting and then I get gaslighted. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I was talking. Oh, right. Here's my devotion on the female genital. Oh wow. I'm going to pray for you right now. Maybe you were. Unbelievable. You can go. You can go. See, that's what I had to do with the first guy because he was really gaslighting me too because he was saying that, what do you have? He wouldn't even say it for himself. He was saying, my wife wants to know what you have against immigrants. And it's like, I didn't say anything. It was gaslighting. And a lot of them, I found out I had someone here before and I didn't know that they were a Trump supporter. They didn't say anything. They were stealthy. And they were just undermining, they were subtly undermining everything I was saying. And I just decided and I prayed about it. And I said, I'm just gonna block them. So I'm gonna pray right now. Dear Lord, thank you for these YouTube subscribers, Lord. And I just pray that you would bless Bren and bless Lori. I pray that you be with them. Bless their families. Be with them. I do care about them. I don't know them very well. Lori's saying she loves me deeply, but she doesn't even know me. That's a red flag, honestly. That's what narcissistic men say to me, Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Glenn. I will say what I want to say. But this is the thing I was concerned about. Dear Lord, I just pray that you would bless Bren, that you would bless Lori, Lord. I pray for you to bless Roy. I pray for you to bless Paul. I pray for you to be with them. I pray for you to bless Mary. all of the mega people, Lord, I pray that they would wake up to the truth, Lord. I pray against deception, Lord, and I thank you for all I've learned. I've been through so much. But I recognize now when I'm being gaslighted. Thank you, Lord, for what I've learned from being with a narcissist for 30 years and what I've learned about narcissists on the internet, Lord. And I pray that I would manage my time better so that I have time to write. And Lord, I just pray for those people to wake up. It absolutely blows my mind what Bren just said, you guys. Go back and please tell me. Bren, mark those devotions where I mentioned that word, and email them to me. Yeah, try that out. See how that works for you. Hey, Jim, thanks for being here. Oh my goodness, mind blown. Oh my goodness, this is why y'all, I was reluctant to talk about this, because I know it's divisive, but it's my channel. It's my channel, and I'll say what I want to. Harris Walls 2024, go vote. Yeah, it's sad. Are y'all here? No, of course not. Jim listens to my devotions. So I was just told that I've been talking about female genitalia in my devotions, Jim. What do you think about that? Jim has the book by William Barclay. I could not, that was like unbelievable. And I think maybe she was high also. I don't know. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. This is getting challenging, And I'll say what I want to say. I do have one Trumpster friend. She hasn't shown up anymore. She doesn't do that. But I did. She was a moderator also. I accidentally unmoderated you, Brenda, but then I remoderated you. So sorry. You probably didn't even notice because you didn't say anything in that time. But yeah. So the disruptive people, I'm just going to hide from my channel. So honestly, thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah. And I said the name because I was praying for them. But the other person, and I would not block Roy because he wouldn't come in here and do that on purpose. And Roy was nice. And Roy and Becky are great people. So. Oh, that's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday like I have been at 5:30. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm watching, and since in the past few days it has gone up. It's gone up very slowly though. And it's funny that since I've been talking about it, if you look on my channel and look at the lives, steadily you unmoderated me. Oh, Bren wasn't even a moderator. I didn't make her a moderator. So, but she's gone. She said she was leaving at the beginning. So why did she stay? And why did she say that? Oh my goodness. I can't, it just blows my mind that she said that. I'm talking about female genitalia in my devotions, Jim. Can you confirm this? I'm like, go back and listen to yourself, she said. Now that's gaslighting, you guys. That's gaslighting. But unbelievable. But I was wondering what you're a moderator again. No, I unmoderated you by accident and then remoderated you. It was I meant to unmoderate Granny. I unmoderated Granny. She says a lot of stuff and most of it didn't make any sense. So yeah, you're back. You're blue again. Yeah. I shouldn't have even said you didn't notice. It was just for a minute. It was just for a minute. I was like, oh no, I unmoderated. I didn't mean to do that at all. Thank you for moderating. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But no, I'm not gonna let people gaslight me on my own channel. No, sorry, not gonna say it. Not gonna tolerate that. So and that's the same thing that Paul was doing. He was a moderator too. So unfortunately, he's gone. That's good. But views are going up. Which poem? I've been saying I'm gonna say a poem, but yeah, I just got accused of talking about female genitalia and we didn't know what the word meant, cat. I don't know what she was talking about in my devotions. So I'm gonna say my storm poem. You say that no one cares for you? Well, that's not true, because I do, and God does too. Oh, that I could fix your problem. I'd mend you up. You'd no longer be stuck in that addiction or depression, the trials that come in rapid succession. But what can I do? I cannot fix you. I can't make you believe or even relieve that deep ache in your heart. Just where do I start? Don't do nothing, she yelled at me. So what should I do? Scream and shout and run about? Perhaps sit and pout? No, I'll fight a war upon my knees, and quietness and confidence shall be my strength. He keeps my prayers and my tears. Perhaps the overflow makes the rain to water all the pain upon the earth. I'll thank him for this thorn. I'll praise him even when I mourn, because he carries me through the storm. He walks to me on the tempest sea. The rain brings life back to my dying tree, and one day through the clouds I'll see the rainbow. That's a storm poem. It's in this book. Yeah, page 26. Yeah, that's the one I said. But let me say the woman's stuck inside her house again, because that seems to go with the politics one. And that was from arguing politics with my ex's aunt. And when I was and talking about abortion, which was, I wish I really hadn't done that. And that's what I came to the conclusion with, and by the end of this poem, which you'll see. But because a lot of women have had abortions, and later I thought, did you let me go? No, but do you want to be a moderator? No, she said it wasn't even a poem. No, she said I was talking about female genitalia in my devotions. She said, go back and watch yourself. So I've gotten really good at whenever someone says something, and if you'll notice, when Trump criticizes Kamala, he's not specific. He doesn't have anything specific. He's just like, oh, she's a Marxist. Oh, she's, she was a shit. He doesn't have any, he doesn't really have any specific things to say, and that's what a lot of gaslighters do. They'll say, you said this, you did this, and they don't have the specific. Like I said to my kid, one of my kids, unfortunately, was projecting onto me and called me a narcissist. And I said, what evidence do you have of that? And they brought up, and I made mistakes and I've done things that are wrong. She brought up something that she wasn't even involved in. She brought up something that happened between me and her sister, because I've said to my daughters, because I've said things and done things, and I've had to apologize over and over and over again. And I think I'm really done apologizing because it's just not helping with my oldest. But with my youngest, there wasn't really anything. And I've said that to my little daughter. I'm like, what? She's just going along with her big sister, right? So she has to bring up and I said, so, okay, this is what I am. Okay, give me an example. Give me an example, date, time. What did I say? What did I do that was narcissistic? She goes back to 2014, brings up something that happened with my middle daughter in 2014. And so it was like, oh, no. No. You're cool. You're not gaslighting me. Yeah. I'm not easily offended, honestly. And I knew, especially with Roy, because I've known him so long. I used to be a member on their channel. And I'm like, yeah, I think their leanings are are conservative. You're stuck with us. Yeah. Yeah, you're stuck with us. "2014 doesn't count anymore." Well, at least they should forgive me. And it wasn't something with her either. It wasn't something with that child, and it's just like, so that's why, yeah. And I invite you, if you're still listening, Bren, send me the videos that you have an issue with. You never comment under them, so I didn't even think you watched them. So, but I mean, it's okay. No, I didn't. Yeah, that was 10 years ago. Yeah, that was when that's when all the shit went down. But I'm sort of still, my mind is blown by what Bren just said. So, but yeah, that's what I called her out and said, okay, you're going to say this. And, and Granny too, like she wouldn't be able to say how did I gaslight you? Be specific. How did I gaslight you? She was gaslighting me because she said, oh, I'll go vote for, just to, trying to get a rise out of me. Oh, go vote for Trump then. You want me to vote, And then she came in and agreed with Brenda that he's an idiot. And then she said she wasn't going to vote, and it's just like, but I've had issues with her already. She leaves long nonsensical comments on my page. So I don't, and I don't even know what to say to her, so it's hard. So, but yeah. So yeah. Let me read my love poem. How about that? But when someone that doesn't know you, it's a red flag when someone that doesn't even know you and just met you will say that they love you. They don't even know. That's a red flag to me. It's also always a red flag to me when someone focuses a lot, and you'll notice this with Trump. He's always focusing like on people's appearances. Like it has nothing to do with policy, dude. Has nothing to do with anything. When someone is focused solely on that, and it's like, dude, have you taken a look in the mirror? Hello. And it's a red flag to me when someone is focused on appearance, or when someone says that they love you when they don't even know you. It's just things that are red flags. It's red flag with narcissists or just toxic people. I'm trying to find my document. Oh, I know what I can do is go to my website. Okay, you want, yeah, that, thank you for giving me a page to read. I'll read that one. And then I'll read the love one. Yeah, let's read some poems and chill out. I don't like arguing with people. I don't, you guys. But, just like, Granny wants to be passive and not do anything. Sometimes you have to speak up, and that was my problem with the bullies, because I didn't want to speak. I didn't want to speak up. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to do any. I don't want to fight, and I think that's why I became an easy target. And like, I'm not going to be an easy target anymore. I think Trump's mirror is correct. They're calling him like Donald McDonald. Like he's a new body positive Ronald McDonald. They're just, he's making the US a laughing stock. So yes, I surrender. Oh, God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. 1 Peter 5:5. I surrender. I'm smiling listening to this. No mere human can see that I'm smiling, but he sees me. He sets the captive free. He gives the joy no man can take from me. I hunger and thirst. I will put him first. He fills my cup till it overflows. Lord, have your way today and every day. Yeah, someone said, let me not say who, but someone was at my live and saying that their ex-husband was a pastor and blah, 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 blah. And I was just asking what denomination. And she said, Catholic. Oh, we're Catholic. And I'm like, that's interesting, because Catholic pastors, priests are not married. So anyways. Hi, Laura. Hello, hello, hello. So I can read. So if you want to follow me on other socials, I can drop them. How are you, Laura? I'm pretty good. Yeah, it was just kind of odd, and there's been like things like that, and so it's been interesting. And I don't want to be mean, I don't want to be mean, but I can't put up with nonsense either. And yet no one's forcing you to be here. You don't have to be here if you don't agree with me. Don't tell me. Bren was right in saying it's nobody's business. But Lori came in here and shared with me that she wasn't gonna vote. So, yeah, it's nobody's business. But if you're bringing up the discussion, we're gonna talk about it. And it's my opinion that's not appreciating the freedoms we have in this country if you're not going to vote. Yeah, right. Don't believe everything you hear. And like I said, again, I'm listening to, it's a very good book. It's The Cult of Trump by Stephen Hassan. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. And I know I was in it. I was in the Republican Party, in the Baptist Church in Georgia for 25 years. I homeschooled. This is why I stayed with a narcissist. Baptists, like Catholics, don't believe in divorce. That's why I was married to the narcissist for 30 years. I didn't want to get, I didn't want to put my kids through all that, but it's not good. It's not good to put them through an unhappy marriage, their parents being unhappily married and all the fighting. Thank you. Yes, I'd love to read the one about my mother, because my mom was a Democrat, a Christian and a Democrat. And she said the thing that Harris has said over and over again, that it can be your personal conviction that, like, I am not for abortion personally, but I'm not for the government, forcing women, like the women that have miscarried, that want to carry a baby to term, can't even get a DNC. That's not right. Yes, it was different. Yes, it wasn't like it is now. It wasn't hateful rhetoric. Pam Hempill, and she was there on January 6th, and she went to prison for 2 months, came out of the cult of Trump. And she's the one that recommended that book by Stephen Hassan. And did I share Luke Beasley's? I don't know if I did. Luke Beasley's YouTube. It's on Luke Beasley's. If you look up Pam Hempill, and she talks about it, and that it was a cult. She been answering back to Trump. They're sharing out her tweet as propaganda, sharing out a tweet about her. And they're saying, like, oh, this 69-year-old January 6th got prison time and Hunter Biden didn't. And they're tweeting that out. And she's saying back to Trump, don't use me as an example. I did wrong and I deserved what I got. So, yeah. But yeah, let me read the one about my mom. But you guys, I'm still healing from all of this crap. And like I said, the van life community I was in was very, they were all very conservative. I feel like that. Um, and it was an interesting group of people. It was an interesting group of people. And when a group is so uh, a group is so when a group is like that, where they'll shun you if somebody, in the leadership says to shun you, a popular person, which was what happened with me, and they just blindly follow that. That's no bueno. That's not cool. That's very cult like. And you can see this happening with narcissistic, like I feel sorry for Trump's children. I mean, they just have to go along with him, or they would be. They can't go against him. I feel sorry for them, and I pray for both. I pray for both. I pray for Trump to lose, but I pray for God to protect him. I pray for God to protect Harris and Walz, and I pray for God to protect Trump and Vance. I pray for all of them. So, and it was lovely. I shared the link on my community tab. The pastor, the senator in Georgia, Warnock, and even with Jimmy Kimball baiting him about Marjorie Taylor Greene, people in the audience laughing, and he didn't say anything bad about her. He said, "I pray for her every day," because he's a pastor and a senator. So, but this is me and my mom. That's about like 1981 or something. So I'm about 14 there. It's in my book, Sensory Tree. And this is You Showed Me by Example. I wrote, my mom and I circa 1980, I wrote this poem about my mother, Ellen Olson Hewitt, August 16th, 1929, April 14th, 2009. Charm is deceitful and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Proverbs 31:30. You showed me by example. I didn't like this poem when I wrote it, and I didn't want to share it. But I was reading one of my mom's journals, and she wrote, "Perfectionism is a thief." And I could see that I was like that, like her, having that perfectionism, and yeah, but see, we can't be trying to fit it. We got to be grown-ups now, Yeah, you're right though. It's hard, and see, that's why I don't like people to be mad at me. Glenn, I don't like, I'm codependent. I'm going to Codependence Anonymous. I don't like people to be mad at me. I'm a people pleaser, and that's why I don't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. And I just felt like, and I even felt like the devotions kept going on with that. I'm just still astonished and flabbergasted at what Brent said. That was unbelievable. And all I can attribute it to is something super, because it's so insane. Is something super evil, supernatural. That's all I can attribute it to. And so, yeah, that's true. There has to be a balance to it. But so you can't have fear. You can't have fear. That's another thing that inspires me about Kamala. She has prosecuted evil people, and she has received death threats. And Howard Stern, I would never watch Howard Stern. I'm a goody two shoes, and Now someone's saying I'm talking about female genitalia. I'm just like, that is insane. I'm still flabbergasted at that. But I'm not going to have someone coming in here gaslighting me on my channel. I'm sorry, I'm not. So she went too far. She said she was leaving. And then, even Granny said she was leaving. And then she came back in. So they can't seem to stop. They can't seem to stop. It's kind of like Trump, and he can't seem to stop lying or just running at the mouth. And he calls it the weave. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, let me read this. You showed me by example. You showed me by example how to love to read. You showed me by example how to teach and lead. You showed me by example how to stand for my convictions, even if I stand alone. You showed me by example how to keep the home. You showed me by example how to read God's word. You showed me by example how to pray to God. You showed me by example how to hold on. You showed me by example how to forgive. You showed me by example no one's perfect, but we can rely on the one who is. Okay, let's go to the woman stuck inside her house. That is appropriate. The woman stuck inside her house. Oh, and yeah. And this is kind of funny too, because my ex-husband's aunt, and I came to the conclusion, I'm like, and this is why I came to the conclusion, I don't want to argue with people. I really, really don't. There's up to a point, and I said when we were going back and forth with Roy that, okay, I'm not going to change Roy's mind, but maybe somebody will watch this and think, and maybe someone who's undecided might watch my live and think, well, maybe I'll look into it more, and yeah. But when they're accusing me of things that I'm not doing, that's where I draw the line. See, Roy didn't do that. My friend Linda, she hasn't even been in here since I started talking about it on my channel, and she maybe didn't even know. I think maybe she was trying to turn me, like the mega lady that I met at my church at Cherry Creek. I didn't say a whole lot. I think she thought she was going to turn me to her way of thinking, and she was so obsessed with the thing with Israel, and she thinks, and I've been looking into it, that the thing where Trump moved, that she thought, she thinks that Trump, and they think some good things about him, but I don't think they're correct. She thinks that Trump was better for Israel, but I don't think so. And that it made tensions even higher. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem, and that was supposed to be a good thing. Yeah, the woman stuck inside her house is on page 29. So, therefore you are inexcusable, O man, whoever you are who judge, for in whatever you judge another, you condemn yourself. For you who judge practice the same things. Romans 2:1. And so the people that keep going on and accusing me of things that I did not do, yeah, are gonna be blocked. I'm sorry. And with Paul, he was saying, I was saying, ironically, I was saying stuff against immigrants because I just said something, and I was talking about just something that gets me riled. I was talking about how offensive it was, the stuff my brother had on his computer and made me look at while I'm caring for his dying wife. It was very rude of him. And instead of focusing on that, then this person tried to, bring up that I have something against immigrants. And it's like, no, I love all people. That's why I'm for Kamala. She's for love. She's not for hate like Donald Trump is. So, um, and that's biblical values. And she was at church yesterday on her 60th birthday, and Trump was at McDonald's. Okay. That's probably where he goes every Sunday. But anyways, I digress. I digress. And then, you know, what Granny was doing and trying to provoke me, calling me a gaslighter. And then Bren saying I talk about female genitalia in my devotions. It's just insane. But anyways, let's read The Woman Stuck Inside Her House. The woman stuck inside her house. Can someone please coax her out? She thinks she's free, but she's not. What is this? Just her sad lot? Peace and love, she says, is the way. But war and hate she speaks all day. The Beatles sang of nowhere man. This woman's also in his land. Can someone help to stop her pain? If Scarecrow only had a brain. She talks down from her high horse. She can't understand what she does, of course. She's stuck in I, me, my land. While others try to take her hand. She talks of open-mindedness, yet closes the door on their kindness. Lonely, jealous, could she be? Yet she has lots of company. Anger, fear, anxiety. She says you hide in your piety. She judges and says, do not judge. She says she doesn't like to debate, but she starts it up. She is too late. They say you become what you focus on. Well, then I won't worry about her. I'm gone. Are you offended? You shouldn't be, because this poem is about me. I've done that. I've been there. Yeah, I've said like 13 poems in one live. So I have done that. I used to do my poetry stream, and other people would come up. So I have some, and other people would come up and say like their favorite poems, and I would say my poems, and we would say, other people's poems too. So yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. But, and yeah, I need to get writing more poems too, you guys. And so since this is something I feel very strongly about, I'm going to write a poem about this right now. And yeah, I need to be writing, you guys. And I really just got stuck. Like I said, I'm healing still. And I'm healing from the narcissistic abuse. I'm healing from the parental alienation. It's heartbreaking to be cut off from some of your kids. It's so heartbreaking. I mean, they were my whole life. Hi, Michelle. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm doing my prayer list. Yeah, we had another Michelle here. I don't know what she thought, but it's like, Bren was right. It's nobody's business, but like when you bring it up, this is a discussion, so we're discussing it. If it's nobody's business, don't bring it up that you're not voting. So I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all for being here. And it's almost been 2 hours. And let's see, I could say one more poem. It's on my website. Oh, and I was going to share. So really, I decided, I'm like, I can't call from my apartment. And then they have the phone banking on Tuesday and Thursday night. And it's in Denver. And so that's when traffic is worse. I look at my phone and it's 45 minutes to go into Denver on Tuesday night. And I'm like, I can't. And then I go to a Coda. Well, now I'm going to, this church I visited Sunday has a book club on Thursday. I think I'm going to go to that. Oh, thank you. I was just about done, but you can watch the replay. You want to see Red get in a fight. But yeah. Oh my goodness. That's unbelievable. Getting those hours up the longer you go. Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna obsess over it. If it's God's plan, it will happen. It will happen eventually. And just speaking my mind is getting me more views, honestly. And I can see it on my lives from the right are the old ones, to the left. That's kind of funny, isn't it? From the right to the left, there goes Red. And I went from the right side of the United States to the left side of the United States. They get liberal more as you go that way. I wanted to go all the way to California, really. No. I don't have any kids that live there, though. I might get my younger son to move there with me. But yeah, from the right to the left, my views on my lives are going up. So that's good. But I'm not going to stress about it, So because it takes a lot out of me, and I still don't like after that one with Roy, they've been my friends, since I was in the van life community, and they weren't ones that were, but to be honest and to be fair, a lot of those from that community, it was one of the reasons why I stopped going to the lives. I didn't like to see, I didn't like to even interact with people who were involved in bullying me, and they were, and some of them are at Roy and Becky's. So that was one of the factors in my decision. And also just I'm going to be having less memberships on YouTube, but I'm staying a member of Lindy's channel, and probably Alyssa Vanilla, and I'm probably, that's going to be the two I'm going to stay a member of. So let me share. So I'm saying stuff like on all, I started off slowly and I was just saying stuff on my Facebook, and I'm like, I'm just going to go all out and just be honest and say it because this is important. It's important. There's my Twitter. Let's see. I have 2 Facebooks. A Redheaded Riding Hood page and a Susan Hewitt story page. Where am I? Let's see. So I guess it's probably some of the same followers. Yeah, thanks, Glenn. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I do. And, I'm going to say on my platforms what I want to say on my platforms. And I feel better to be honest. And I feel like I was going to regret, just like I regret not voting for Hillary Clinton in 2016. I do. And, somebody might not agree with that, but I don't care. I don't care. I had to get to that point. And that's what, happened with the bullies is that, I cared too much what they thought, some of them. And it silenced me. And it's just like a lot of times they silence me. When the Page Publishing threatened to sue me, they were silencing me too out of fear. And, I'm sick and freaking tired of being silenced. I'm sick and tired. Sick and tired. I will not be silenced. Freedom of speech, y'all. Here's Susan's Facebook. Who's Susan? My name is not Susan, but my name is Susan. There you go. If you want to see all the stuff I got rid of, it's on Pinterest. But you guys, there's a lot of interesting characters on YouTube. And yeah, when I say pray for me, please pray for me. There's a lot of interesting characters you have to deal with. A lot. And all trolls are not immediately evident to be trolls. And just like narcissists, people will that was like trolling. That was like trolling what, Granny did, what Bren did. That was trolling. I mean, to come in here and accuse me of talking. I mean, that I'm flabbergasted. I am flabbergasted. Okay. Glenn's got another request. I'll do that one. And then I'll pray for y'all. But yeah, I'll pray for you. So this atheist on April Ajoy's Instagram said, message me, and he wanted to debate, why I don't believe in hell, why all the Christians don't believe exactly the same thing. And I said, like, dude, I recommended this book. I mean, there's Christians that don't believe in hell. And he was just going on and on, and I'm just like, I don't feel the need to, especially since I'm a Christian universalist, I don't have to argue you into heaven. You're good. It's okay. One day, eventually, you'll see. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess Jesus is Lord. But he wanted to argue with me, and I'm just like, not going there anymore. So yeah, he wanted to be like, well, I don't know, and I'm like, all religions, there's many sects of Judaism, there's many sects of Islam, there's, all religions, there's probably many sects. I haven't looked into it as much, but Buddhism, all of that, there's many different sects, there's many different meditation practices. And I was surprised that even that in the cult specialist Stephen Hassan that wrote The Cult of Trump said even the transcendental meditation people that get into that, there's a cult like group of them that do that. And I was like, I had trouble with meditation, but I still try to practice it. But it's been hard for me because I just have ADD and bipolar and, but yeah. So, okay. Hey Little Monster on page 64. But yeah, so this atheist on Instagram just wanted to keep going and going and going. And it's like, I don't really see a point to this, dude. I don't see a point to this. Yeah, this was based on a song. It's like a rock song. And I had a blog post. Let me put the link to my blog. I had a blog post called Monsters, and it was from a song too, an Eminem song. I'm friends with a monster that's under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. But it was talking about my depression and bipolar. And so that's where this poem came from. I will share my website. And hi, Betty. How are you? You missed all the drama. But that's maybe good. I don't like drama, y'all. I honestly don't. Some of you may not believe me, but it's true. That's why I didn't want to bring up politics. Now, Betty is someone who reads and comments on my devotions every day. Betty, I just got accused of talking about female genitalia in my devotions. I'm like totally flabbergasted. I'm trying to let me see if this works. Yes, I can't. I'm still flabbergasted. I feel like it was spiritual warfare. Yeah, I really do. I feel like it was spiritual warfare. Please, Lord, let no weapon formed against me prosper. Amen. I honestly do. Yeah, people talk about conspiracy theories. And yeah, there's one conspiracy theory. I don't buy the conspiracy theories. Um, yeah. We wrestle not. In Ephesians 6, it says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and forces of wickedness in high places. And who else but an evil entity would want a felon to be an unstable person to be president of the United States? Who else but an evil supernatural force? And I'm sorry if you don't believe that, but yeah, there's someone that, well, yeah, this person doesn't even. I was just like, I was flabbergasted. I was kind of flabbergasted when I got accused of not liking, and I didn't say anything really against. I was saying something about Melania, and I was saying, and you could tell this person was sort of obsessed with Melania since they knew the date that she became a citizen. But I was kind of I was upset about my brother's misogynistic and offensive joke and stuff that he had made me look at flashing on his computer while I'm taking care of his dying wife. It was just wrong. But so yeah, I just got accused of all. Go back and watch the replay. I bet this is going to get a lot of views. That's for one thing. Anyways, drama sells, like Jim says. It does. So, hey, little monster. We ought to obey God rather than men. Acts 5:29. Yep, there we go. Hey, little monster. I don't care what you say. I'm going to love God anyway. This is a new day. I step into it with faith, with just enough light for the path I walk. Are God and Satan having a talk about me? They had a talk about Job, right? Remember? I can tell I'm making Satan mad. He's such a cad. What about Dad? I can't live my life to please him either. This plane is not a two-seater. Sorry, Colonel, but God is my pilot. There's a colonel that's from Warner Robins who wrote. Yes, exactly. Yeah, let's pray for her too. God bless Melania. And she said she was pro-choice in her book. There was a clip from it. So this colonel in Warner Robins wrote a book called God is My Co-Pilot. But we need to put God in the driver's seat. He needs to lead us, you know. I'll go where he sends me. I'll write what he tells me. Even if people get angry and they want me to leave, rip that heart off my sleeve. No weapon formed against me prospers, I believe. God will retrieve all the locusts have eaten, and I won't be beaten. Satan wants to shut me up. He'd like nothing better than for me to give up. Sometimes I get down, but Jesus lifts me up. You can also do what God calls you to do. Don't follow them. You just be you. Thanks for reminding me of this poem. Like, you guys, like, for 2 years when I was away from God, I didn't like my own book. I didn't read it. I forgot a lot of things, and I regressed, and I got more anxious. And it was, another thing, the atheist on Instagram, that's like, another thing I need to do, you guys, is get back to my blogging. I haven't blogged them. I need to write, you guys. I need to write. And while YouTube's important, I need to put the writing. The writing is more important. I need to write. I need to get back to writing poems, my blog, my books. I need to get back to writing. So I want to write like a memoir called Welcome to Reds, which is going to be, about my separation and divorce and doing Airbnb and all that. I went through so much, even since my separation. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's things that he's that William Barclay says sometimes that I don't agree with completely. Um, but yeah, she was criticizing it and saying I talked about female genitalia, and I was just like, what? She used a term, and I don't know what she's talking about. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. She was saying like, you know, it's no one's business who she votes for. And it's just like, but I'm talking about voting, and you're coming here and telling me you're not voting. And you're coming here, you come into the chat to interact and talk with me, and it's like, if you want to keep it to yourself, you can. You don't have to tell me, you know, you don't have to tell me who you're voting for. You don't have to even disagree with me. You can just come in and chat, you know? Um, yeah. So let me see if this link will work, if it copied it. No, it didn't. Wait, let me try again. Let me try again. I don't know why this is doing this. It's annoying. If you go to my website, though, it will go to my blog. I'm trying to copy the link to my blog, but it's not letting me. It's only getting part of it. So annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see. Hmm. Ah, okay, there it goes. I'm having an issue with this. Okay, so there's my blog. I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. I've gone 2 hours and 18 minutes. And dear Lord, thank you for all these followers. I pray that you bless them, Lord. I pray you be with Betty and bless her and her family. I pray you be with Sylvia and bless her, Lord. I pray you bless Makeup Mom and Son and her family. I pray you be with Laura Block. Lord, continue to be with Lori. I pray that you bless her. I pray you bless Glenn and his family and be with him. I pray you bless CW and his family and be with him and bless him. Keep us all safe as we travel, Lord, and go about our daily lives. Help us to look to you for guidance. I pray for the other Michelle that was here, that you would bless her and her family. Thank you for her being here. Thank you for Alec popping in. I pray you bless him and his family. I pray you help heal Anthony from his allergies and me. Lord, I pray you be with Bren and bless her and her family and be with her and guide her in her life. Lord, I thank you for leading me. I pray for the people in the Middle East, in Israel and Palestine, Lord, that there might be peace, Lord, that they would release the hostages, Lord, that you. My heart breaks for countries at war, Lord. And I thank you for this country. I thank you that we live in a free country and that we're not in a war-torn country, Lord. And even though it's not perfect, Lord, I thank you for the freedoms we have. Help us to exercise our freedoms. Help us to vote, Lord. And I pray for Ukraine and Russia, Lord, that there would be peace there, that would be resolved, Lord, and that but that Ukraine would not have to give up any of their land. Lord, help us to be informed, Lord. Help us to wake up, Lord. I pray for those who are following Trump and who don't um, critically think and who are being misled, Lord. Lord, I pray that you would protect all the candidates, Lord, and the people running, Lord. I pray for your will to be done, Lord. I thank you for Kamala, Lord. I pray for her to win, Lord. I pray for you to be with her and guide her and direct her steps. And I feel like she's come to this country for such a time as this, Lord. I pray that those who follow Trump would wake up, Lord, would wake up to see the truth of who this man is, Lord. I pray that he would reap what he has sowed, Lord, that he would be imprisoned, Lord, for his felonies. Lord, he should have justice, and he does not need to be the leader of our country. Lord, I pray for you to work in this country, Lord, and for you to wake people up to the truth, Lord. Get the blinders off their eyes, Lord. I pray for your will to be done. Help us to love one another. Help us to be kind. Help us to get along. Lord, I just pray for this country, please. I beg of you. I pray for so DW was in here too. I forget what they're called. The Disney YouTube. I pray you bless them, Lord. And I pray I hasn't forgotten anyone. Brenda. I pray you bless Brenda. Keep her safe as she travels. Bless her children, her husband, her grandchildren. Lord, please bless my children, Lord, and be with them, Lord. Help my daughters to be good mothers and their husbands to be good dads, Lord. Please bless Noah and Freya and Lily, and I thank you for them. Please be with all my children. Lord, I pray you have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. And I thank you for guiding us. Please help us not to be deceived, Lord. These are such tough times, Lord. Help us to be strong. Help us to not be afraid. Help us to stand for what's right. And I Pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. You guys. All right. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye. I'll see you Wednesday.